Hello students, welcome Hoshamdeep and Hosh Galdanes. Today I'm going to discuss a play with you, not the full play but the characters and major themes of that play. As we have already started a discussion on modernist drama and particularly the drama of Henrik Ibsen. So, the very first play, the first academically celebrated play I'm going to discuss with you people today is Hedda Gabler. But today I'll just focus on the characters of this drama, the major characters of this drama. So, let's start our discussion. The major characters of this drama, Hedda Gabler by Henrik Ibsen, are Hedda Gabler, the protagonist, the heroine of the play, the lady of the play, George Tasman, her husband, Elerd Lauberg, her lover, Tia Elvested, Judge Brack, Aunts Juliana and Reina, General Gabler. Let's discuss Hedda Gabler first. As I have already discussed a few of the character features or the features of Hedda Gabler's characters in my previous discussions, today I'm going to just repeat them and I'm also going to tell you something more about it. Hedda Gabler, as we all know, is represented as the daughter of a general. Her father's name is General Gabler in the play. And she is also a pregnant woman. In the beginning of the play, she is represented as an elite class lady, but she's pregnant and she is just returning from her honeymoon. But this very element of Hedda Gabler's pregnancy has been remained a mystery throughout the play. Maybe this can be a trick to make audience think about it more and more. But a few of the critics, they have just approved the idea that Hedda Gabler was actually pregnant. The next thing that we have come to know about this very character of Hedda Gabler is that she is an aristocratic woman, she's an intelligent woman, and she is a very graceful lady. I mean, what we can say, she is loaded with social grace and she has a dispassionate charisma. Her personality is charismatic, as we say. Hedda is a young lady of 29 years old, and in the beginning of the play, she is represented as a 29 years old lady, and she has a fiery lust for life in her. She's so ambitious, she's so full of life, and she has a lot of desires. Rather, we can say that we should say, or rather it is better to say that Hedda is over ambitious lady, and in this over ambitiousness she has caused a lot of destruction in the play. She has caused disturbance in many lives in her surroundings. She is a courageous lady as well as a beautiful lady, and this beauty of Hedda Gabler enables her to tempt her lovers or anyone who meets her at once. So she has the ability to just put anyone into the trance of her beauty, or she can spellbind a person with her beauty and her charms. With all the beauty and charms, another thing we have come to know about the character of Hedda Gabler when the play progressed, that she is just bored of the world, and she is egotistical, she is nihilistic, and she has some demonic sides this over ambitiousness, as I have already mentioned, this very over ambitiousness of the character of Hedda Gabler just creates the demonic effects of her personality, and she makes the demonic influence on the lives of others as well as on the fates of others. Throughout the play, she behaves cruelly and destructively towards the people who are around her. And apparently, she sometimes behaves in a sugar coated way, but ultimately, this is proved as a trap of Hedda Gabler for others. In fact, her intentions are always destructive and full of are destructive, and we can say her intentions are always full of lust for power, or getting hold of the other person, or getting command over the lives of other persons. She plays multiple games in this play just in order to keep herself in centers. She is the daughter of a very rich general Gabler. General Gabler's character isn't appeared in the play. This very character has no physical appearance in the play. Rather, in the very narration of the play, in the narrative of the play, we can find the traits of his character, and the very traits of his characters are transferred into his daughter, Hedda Gabler. And Hedda, she wants to remain in power. She wants to remain a rich lady. That's why she decides to get married with George Tasman, who is going to be a professor soon, or who is going to be a doctor soon. And the whole thing, marrying with a professor or marrying with an upcoming doctor, is carrying the intention of remaining in power, remaining in center. And although she has some love affair with Elert Lauberg in her past, and okay, the first thing is that she has got married with George Tasman, but she's not living a happy life with him. She is disturbed from somewhere, because actually she wants Loveberg in her control, and she intellectually, she the that very person, George Tasman, he is not competitive to the that lady in her sharpness and in her intelligence. The very character of Tasman isn't what we can say, that he isn't competitive to Hedda Gabler. He is in his intellect and in his maturity. Even he isn't that much mature or over matured, and Hedda is not mentally satisfied with that person because of the lack of intimacy and the lack of mental and intellectual compatibility between both of these people. So she finds that kind of compatibility in the characters of Elliot Lovberg and Judge Bragg. But she's ultimately exploited by Judge Bragg, who has been represented playing on both sides of the play, and he gets hold of the weaknesses of Hedda Gabler. But on the other hand, she proves a very demonic figure for the person Elert Lauberg, who is actually in love with Hedda Gabler. She destroys the affair of Tia and Lauberg just to get hold of their lives. And on the other hand, ultimately she has to suffer because of her demonic decisions and her demonic influence on others' lives. And at the end, we find that Tia and Tasman, they are settled down, and Hedda, out of the guilt and out of the fear of getting social defame or social notoriety, she ultimately commits suicide at the end of the play. She Why does Hera commit suicide at the end of this play? The answer is out of this guilt, out of the social pressure. Rather, we can say the fear of becoming a scandalous woman, the fear of becoming a notorious woman. Has just caused this very decision of Hedda's death. It wasn't. It can never be taken that that Hedda has some kind of guilt. There isn't any kind of guilt because she's represented as a person who is suffering with a mental conflict, and that conflict is actually can be taken as an abnormality, because she wants to remain in power. She wants to remain in the center of everything. That's why she plots heinous acts, and she plots heinous plans against others, but ultimately she falls into the trap of her own, and she has to commit suicide in order to protect herself, in order to prevent from becoming a scandalous woman. Hedda, Hedda's quest for power is represented in her action of playing with the pistols, and this very over ambitiousness has ultimately caused her death at the end, and she kills herself with the same pistol she is fond of playing with. George Tasman, the other character who is represented as Hedda's husband in this play, Hedda Gabler, he is the holder of a university fellowship in cultural history. He has been specialized in medieval domestic crafts, and he's a man of around 33 years old, and he is always found working and researching, and he has just found buried himself into the books and libraries, because throughout the 6 months of their honeymoon trip, he has just kept himself inside a library and in the company of books, because he is going to complete a book he is going to publish soon. George Tasman is a hard worker and an amiable fellow, but he's a very simple man, and it can be considered that this is the very hard luck of this person, George Tasman, that he has to marry a very cruel woman, Hedda Gabler, but he also has married Hedda due to his quest for fame. Unlike Hedda, Tasman doesn't belong to a very high setup. He is represented that he belongs to a middle class family, and he is just trying to raise his status with the help of his studies and with the help of his upcoming career. That's why Hedda decides to marry him in order to win that fame, in order to remain in power, in order to remain socially prestigious after the death of her father. In fact, when we talk about the married life of Hedda Gabler and George Tasman, then another thing we find another element, that Hedda is represented as a dissatisfied housewife, and on the other hand, when we analyze the personality aura of the whole character of Hedda Gabler, she does not like domesticity. She doesn't ever want to be a domestic woman. She is the kind of woman that wants to live a free life, who wants to live a very life of like lovebirds. That's why she has an affair with Loveberg in the past, but Loveberg was a drunkard, and Hedda has a fear of future. That's why she decides to marry Tasman, and she prefers Tasman over Lovberg. But ultimately, she isn't made for marriage. She isn't the one who can deal with domesticity. So this is the very speciality of Ibsen, that Ibsen introduces the types of individuals in the play who are made to behave in a certain way, in a particular way, due to the social pressure. So Hedda marries Tasman, she deceives Lovberg out of the social pressure. Mm, if I analyze the very character of Hedda Gabler, I can consider her the victor as well as the victim. Victor in the sense that she decides to marry George Tasman in order to win the social prestige, and on the other hand, she has to a victim on the other hand, that by that marriage she's got victimized of the destiny she doesn't want, because her lust for power uh, wants her to remain in center, but to remain free in center. But it was the society of that time that doesn't allow a woman's identity as a free woman. She has to be a daughter, or she has to be a wife, or she has someone to whom she is named after. The very problem of Hedda Gabler is that before her marriage, she finds security under the umbrella of her father, but she was free on that time. But after the death of General Gabler, she has to find someone in whose umbrella she finds social prestige. So she decides to marry Tasman, but the life with Tasman demands her a, a very type of domesticity, what we can say. It demands her to be a socially accepted woman, but she isn't made for that. And this very thing creates a very heinous conflict in the character of Hedda Gabler. And to me, she is not a witchy lady, but she is made a witchy lady due to the social pressure or societal demands. So, Hedda Gabler is a very complicated character. That's why there are a lot of interpretations of by different critics on the character of Hedda Gabler. But Hedda was a demon. Hedda was innocent. Hedda Gabler is a black humor, or Hedda Gabler is a feminist play. Hedda Gabler is a psychoanalytic play. I'll discuss each of these aspects in my next videos, but I think for today it is sufficient. We will discuss the themes and the other characters in my next video. Thank you so much for today. Allah Hafiz.